Hi guys, it's me Udhav Sarswat. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Udhav Tech. And in today's video, we are going to create a simple REST API. So we are going to create a product management system, and we are going to create two REST APIs. So first one will be the post API, and second one will be the get API. So using the post API, we will be saving a product detail into the Mongo DB, and using the get API, we will be getting all those saved records back as the response. So first we will be discussing about the architecture diagram of this example. So let's get started with that. Okay, so this is the architecture diagram of that example, and this is the product management system which we are going to create. So this will host two endpoints. Endpoints means the REST APIs, which will be add product and get all products. So this product management API will be hosted on Spring Boot application, and this add product API, what this will do is we will be having an endpoint with slash add product as the URL. And then what this add product will do, it is going to take that data and it is going to insert that into the MongoDB. And this get all products API will fetch all the records present in the database and will return them back as the response of the API. Okay, so this is all about this architecture diagram. And to create a Spring Boot application, we will be first going to Spring Initializer and we'll be downloading a base project. So let's do that. And we are going to use Maven as our dependency management system and Java as the language, and we are going to use 2.7.12 as the Spring Boot version, and the group is going to com.product. Artifact is going to be product management, name will be same, and description will be product management system. Okay, package name is already taken and it is going to be on Java 11. Packaging will be jar, and basic dependencies we are going to add is REST Spring Web we will be going to add, and the second one is Mongo DB. So Spring Data Mongo DB, and we can add developer tools as well. Yeah, these three are enough. So let's generate our project. Okay, so once it is downloaded, we will be going to copy this project and move it to our folder. And now let us import this project into our Spring Tool suite. So it is a Maven project, existing Maven project we will select, and here we will browse that project. So it is here, finish. Okay, so it is getting imported. Okay, I think it is up, and we are having the folder structures and the package structure. So let us go inside the main. Okay, this is our main application. Okay, so let us first, so what is going to happen, we will be having a controller class with where we will be hosting those endpoints, and to connect to the database we will be having repository classes. So using those we will be interacting with the database. So let us first start with controller classes. So we're going to create a new package that is going to be, let us copy this base package name, and inside this base package we will be creating the new package. So let's do that. Dot controller, inside that we are going to create one Java class which will be our product API. Okay, so the basic annotations, when we define a controller class we have to use some basic annotations in Spring Boot. So that we have to use is @REST controller. Okay, and to give a base path before our URI, so like in the diagram we saw, slash add product. If we want to give some common path, we can give that. So it is going to be product slash add product. So we will be giving request mapping. So what this request mapping will do, it will take the value which we are providing inside this and will make it common for all the APIs inside this particular class. Okay, it is done, and then we are going to create one method which will be hosting that particular API. So let us start with the post API first. So we will be giving at the rate post mapping, and in the arguments we are going to give our API. So that is going to slash add product. And now let us define the method. So it is going to be a public method, and the response will be a response entity. So in Spring Boot we are having a object of response entity, so inside which we can define the data type. So it will be a string data type response, and we will be sending that back. So this response entity is by default provided by Spring Web Spring So this response entity is by default provided by the Spring Web dependency which we added, and it allows us to send back a response to the Tomcat server and the API which is calling this particular method. So it is used for that. And let us give a method name. So it is going to be add product. And what it is going to get in the input is the request body. So we are going to give request body. So at the rate request body we have to give that this particular annotation defines that whatever uh, data type is specified over here is going to be is going to be an input to this particular API. Okay, so we will have to create that particular object as well. So let us create that now. So again we will be using this controller base controller name, and after that we will be adding our new. So let us go here and create a new package, and here we are going to do product management dot. Now it is going to be a DTO class, so let's give it as DTO, and we are going to create a class inside that, and the name of the class will be product. So this is the same. Actually, what we are getting in response, we will be saving that directly to the Mongo DB. So instead of DTO, we can do this. We can save it as dot entity. So this particular DTO class is going to work as an entity for us because we are going to get the same data and we are going to store that same data into the database. So let us save as entity, and now the first thing we have to do is we have to give at the rate document. So this is a document in MongoDB. So we will be importing this from MongoDB core mapping and document. This one we are going to import. So this defines that this particular class which we are creating is an entity class, and this is a document which has to be there in the MongoDB. If it is not already present, then Spring Boot will create that. We are going to see how Spring Boot will create that. So for that we use this at the document annotation, and inside that we can give collection name. So what is the connection name that this particular entity is going to be stored as? So we are going to have a product collection. Okay, and inside that we will be having some attributes. So what is the structure of our JSON? It will be something like this. So it will be a list of products, and inside that we will be having these many fields. So let us create an entity for this. So first thing is we are we will be getting a list of. So let us rename this particular class and let it be products, and inside this particular class is going to be list of product. So each element over here is a product, and this particular class will be getting a list of all those product elements. So this one it will get, and this one it will get. So a list of product it will get. So let us give this and product list. and let us create getter setters for this one. Yeah, that's fine. And it is showing that we have to import this list from java.util, and this product is still not visible because we have nothing defined as product. So let us create that this particular product is also going to be an entity for us. So we're going over here, and we will be creating a new class called product. Inside this product, we will be having our structure of that particular JSON. So this we are going to copy and paste for a reference. Okay, so these are the fields which we have to define over here. So let's do that. So private, let us copy them so we can save our time. Product ID, and it is going to be a, it's an integer. Similarly, we are going to have a skew. String. Skew will be a sort of ID, and title. So it will be a string as well. And then description will again be a string. So this description. And the next one is price. So for price we can use double. Okay, so private double price. And then for discount percentage we can again use double. And the other one is rating. So for rating we should also use double. So whatever values are there which are having decimal places value, we will be trying to use double for that. So let's take this rating from here, and the next thing we have to add is stock. So stock will be a integer, and the next thing we are having is brand, which will be a string, and the next thing is category, private string, again it will be a string, and the next thing is badges, so it will be a string also. And the next thing is rating, average rating. So we are not going to follow this convention, we are going to have this kind of format for this. Okay, so the badges b need to be small, private, and for average rating let us also take double, and for rating let us have it as rating only. So for rating we can take integer, so we will not allow decimal value for this one. And inventory count will again be a, okay, rating, okay, rating already we have defined. Okay, so that was double, so I think rating should not be in double, so let us remove that one, and let us remove this one as well. Now it's fine. And the next thing is inventory count, so it is going to be an integer. We cannot have something like 2.5 as inventory count, so it will be inventory count, and the same we are going to use over here, and this is going to be a created date. So private, and let us use date from java.util date, and it is going to be a this particular value. Okay, I think we also need to add the Jackson dependency as well. So let us go there. Jackson Maven repository, and let us add this one, this core and data bind. These two we have to add. So this one, and from here this one. Let us copy this and paste into the form.xml. Okay, Jackson core we have added, and then let us add the Jackson data bind. Okay, and one more dependency we need to add is that Mongo data Maven repo, Spring Data Mongo. This one we have to use. So this will be injecting all the basic beans required for us to interact with MongoDB. So we are done with that. So I think these dependencies are fine. Okay, let the dependencies get downloaded. Let us update our project. Update project and force update. Okay, I think it's done. Now let's try to import the, not this one. At the rate JSON property order, and in this we are going to define a property order. So what order we are going to follow is, first will be our product ID, then so in whichever order we are going to define over here, in the same order it is going to get try to read or print this particular data. So let us get all these things from here, and description. Okay, we have not closed this one. Price, discount percentage. After that we are having stock. After that we are having brand. Category, and then badges. Okay, B needs to be small. Average rating here, A again is going to be small. After this, rating, and what else is left? Inventory count and created date. And we are going to give at the rate JSON serialize. So it is going to serialize this particular class. I think we are almost done. So let us generate getter setters and source generate getter setters and select all, generate. Okay, now it's fine. And in our product class we are going to import this. Okay, this look good. And at the rate JSON property. So we will be defining what will be the name of this particular property, because here we are giving it as product list, but in our this particular example we are having it as products, so we are going to have it as products only. So what this is going to do, even we are having a different name, it is still going to map this as products. Okay, syntax error. Okay, somewhere there is a syntax error. Let us save it. Okay, it's fine. Okay, this is done. And okay, here now we are going to have a products class as the input to this API. So this products and products we are going to get. Okay, so this product, whatever we are getting, we will be saving that to a repository class. So let us first create a repository package and a class using which we will be interacting with the database. So let us create a repository package. Yep. And once we create this, we are going to create a class which we are going to call it as product repository. And in this we are going to first annotate with repository. So what this repository will do, it is a stereotype annotation. So whenever we are interacting with any database, we have to create a repository class and we have to annotate it with @repository. So what this will do, this will tell Spring Boot that this particular class is a repository class and it has to make a bean for this particular class. So whenever we are going to auto wire this, then this this particular annotation will tell that Spring has to manage this bean. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't give this annotation, then you will get bean not defined error in your application when you try to run it. Okay, so this is going to be an interface, not a class. So let us give it as interface, and this is going to extend Mongo repository. So this Mongo repository will provide all the basic CRUD operations and allow us to interact with the database. So this we are going to import, and this is from the Mongo DB dependency we added when we created a project. So it is from there. So in the first argument here, we generic data type, it is there. So we have to define the data types which it is going to map. So in this we are going to, in the first one we are going to give the document type, and the second one we are going to give the ID for that. Okay, what is this data type for the ID? So it is going to be a string, and the entity class is this one, products. So okay, now it's fine. Now we will keep it empty because we do not want to define any custom methods. We are just going to use the normal methods it is having. Okay, so we are going back to controller class, and then we will be auto wiring this particular repository. So let us do @auto wire. So what this auto wire will do, it is a annotation provided by Spring Boot. So this auto wire will manage the dependency that will get the bean of that dependency back. So we are we are using that, we are creating a, so here we are telling that @repository. So Spring Boot will maintain a bean for this, and whenever we want to get that bean back, so how we will get that back? So for that we have to define @auto wire, that Spring auto wire this one and give me back the bean of this particular class. So let us define that. So product repository. Okay, and we are going to use this. So we let us have a try and catch block. So we are going to catch all the exceptions, and let us have a string result is equals to empty. Okay, and we are going to try to save it to the database. Product repository dot save, and this particular products we are going to save. Okay, and if there is any error inside saving the this particular object, we will be setting the result as failure. So we will be doing that here, fail. and we also need to update the HTTP status. So we will be using that object as well. So status is equals to HTTP, the same one, dot bad request. Let us send that for now, and if it is success we will be, so let it be success by default, accepted, and we will be returning a response entity object. So response entity dot off, and here we are going to define the result. So we have defined that it is going to give a string result back, and this HTTP status as the second argument. Okay, it is going to be a new response entity. This, okay. Okay, I think it's fine, and let us save all the files. Okay, and let us now configure the properties of our application. So okay guys, so in properties we can define several properties, so I have noted them down. So these are some properties we can define, so let us paste them over here. So spring data.mongodb.host. So this is the host we have to define. So when we are installing MongoDB, we have defined the local host and all those hosts where it will run, and the port in which port it will run. By default, it is 27017. So it will be same for you if you have not changed this. Otherwise, you have to update this one also. And okay, and this particular database name we have to give, and let it be productDB. Okay, let us open Compass as well so that we can check that the data is getting populated or not in the database. So this is the URI which we are going to connect. So let us connect with it. And okay, so these are the DBs already there. So okay, two instances are open, I think. Okay, let's get back to the Spring's tool suite, and password and username I don't think I have defined, so I will be keeping them as not defining them. And think that's it. We have done all the things. Now we have to create a API call to this particular API which we have created. So for that we will be going to Postman, and I've created a new collection called REST API. Inside this we are going to create a new request. So new HTTP request we are going to create, and this request will be a post request, and the body it is going to take is a JSON body. So we will go to raw and we will select over here as JSON. So and the URI will be HTTP. So it is going to be product, and after that it is going to add product. So this is the API we are going to host. Okay, and in the body we are going to paste the updated one. So we updated the request when we were coding. So we will copy this one and let us paste it into the example we were having. So this one, and then again this one. So yeah, let the details be same. Okay, so this is the request we are having, request body we are having. Let us copy that and paste into the Postman. So let us save this one, and we are going to save it in REST API collection. Okay, so our REST API call is also created. So let us run the project and see if it is working or not. So let us go to our application. Okay, we are getting some error. Okay guys, so the error we were getting because of this version, so we were using some earlier version, and because of that we were facing the issue. So let us remove this version and let Spring Boot decide which version to pick up. So we are reviewing that, and we will save it and go to our project and go to Maven and update the project once. So force update, and once we are done with that, now we can try to run our application. It should run properly now. And yes, so our application is started on port 8080. Okay, so let us check if our let us check in MongoDB. So right now there is no database called productDB, which we have defined in our application.properties file. So what should happen is this particular database should get created in the MongoDB, and those product collections should also get added into this particular database. So let us try to hit that API which we created, and this is that API. So before that, this created date we are having, I don't think we need that because we will be updating this in our system itself. So we will not be getting this from the input. We will be using that from our system only. So in our products, we will be initializing that as a new date. Okay, so let us do that in our API. So where's our API? Here we are having that. So this products we are getting, and okay, so let us take this products and dot get product list, and let us have a for each loop on this, and for each product we are going to update the created date. So that is going to be the local date time dot now. So we're going to do product dot set created date as new uh, local date time, local date dot now. Okay, so what this is going to do is, okay, so I think we are using date over here. Okay, we have to use local date. So local date is provided by Java in a newer version, so which is specially for handling data type. Okay, Java, it is under java.time. So let us use this one. Okay, I think okay, here we also need to update. Yes, I think now everything is fine. Okay, because of that DevTools, when we save a file with changes, our server got restarted with the new changes. Okay, so let's go back to the API, and here we are setting the date. I think now everything should work fine, and let us try and hit the API, and let us remove this and this one as well. So let us hit the API. Okay, so we are getting 202 as accepted as the response, but our string is missing, so let us check that later on. First let us check if the data got added or not. So this was a condition earlier, and now okay, so we can see our database got added. This product DB is got added now only, and inside that we are having products collection. Okay, and inside that we are having a product list. So like that we were having a list inside this particular products, and here the details are here. So these are the details which we added. Okay, these are same as the JSON body we are having. Okay, so the same data got added into here. So our post API is working fine. Only the issue is that this particular result is not get it printed. Okay. So let us check that why it is happening. Okay guys, so the issue was that in case of success scenario, we were not updating this result value. So we are sending it back as a empty string. So that's why you are not getting any string in the response. So let us change that and let us give it as saved. If it is successfully saved, then we are going to return saved. And I have changed this HTTP status to created. So generally it should be created when you're saving something into the database. So or the request is getting processed successfully, then it should be HTTP status created 201. Okay. So after this, let us save a project and let us try to hit the API again. Okay, after hitting that, we are getting this saved and 201 created. Okay, so now it is working fine. And let us go to the database and again check if one more entry got added or not. So let us go here and refresh it. Okay, so one more entry got added with the same data as we are having earlier because we have not changed the data. So this is how we have created a simple REST API using Spring Boot and Mongo DB. So in the next video, we are going to create a GET API in which we will be getting all these data back in the response. So stay tuned for that. Till then, see you in the next video.